All right, time for a lovely cat fight. Representatives Ilhan Omar, Democrat of Minnesota, and Liz Cheney, Republican of Wyoming, feuded over Twitter Friday, renewing a fight between two of the House's most prominent female members. The row began late Thursday evening after Omar slammed Cheney for saying that House Democrats' investigation into Moscow's election interference helped Russian President Vladimir Putin because they undermined our democracy. Liz Cheney is accusing a committee investigating Russian election interference, of helping Vladimir Putin, she tweeted. This is an impressive lie, even for the Cheney family. I dislike Dick Cheney as much as the next progressive, due to the warmonger stuff, but he is kind of irrelevant here. Just, she did kind of take a shot at him for not for no reason, but just kind of out of nowhere. Liz Cheney, the number three House Republican, is the daughter of former Vice President Dick Cheney, and on Friday morning she fired back. No surprise, Ilhan MN, an anti-Semitic socialist who slanders U.S. troops and carries water for Hamas and Maduro, doesn't recognize the truth when she hears it, Cheney wrote. Omar, a freshman Democrat. Wow, that really had 4,000 stupid people thumb it up. Like it. That's just, wow. Omar, a freshman Democrat, recently drew bipartisan criticism over comments that some viewed as being anti Semitic. By the way, that smear is so terrible because we remember it was all about Israel, critiquing the government. But that smear was so bad. I had a person who said, and I quote, "Oh, they're talking about what she said about the Jews." I put my hand over my face. She did not utter a single word about that ethnic group or the whatever, just anything having to do with specifically mentioning Jews. She's talking about Israel. You can chalk it up to Israel citizens, the Israeli government, which is what it actually was. But just that's how bad that smear was. Just its effect on people that don't pay attention to anything. She's also urged the U.S. not to intervene in the ongoing leadership dispute in Venezuela between, oh, you mean the coup? Between Nicolas Maduro and opposition leader Juan Guaido, who the U.S. and other countries recognize as Venezuela's rightful interim president. I don't recognize him as their interim president. I recognize him as the foreign country coup stooge that they're, is trying to get some clout off of intervention. Okay, the Wyoming Republican said previously that Omar should be stripped of her membership of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, which Pence said the same thing too, over her comments about Israel. You say one bad thing about a stupid government, and now it's time to go to hell. Cheney also hit Omar earlier this week after she tweeted about protesters who were killed in the Gaza Strip. Real question is, how many times will Ilhan MN rush to the defense of terrorists? Cheney tweeted. I'm really sick of these. Just okay, that's enough of this nonsense. So it's no secret to figure out which side I'm on. The only thing Ilhan did here that I probably am kind of on is the fact that she brought up Dick, who had nothing to do with any of the stuff that's been going on over the last couple of years. But it still makes sense in the grand scheme of things. That's why these political families end up kind of having these reputations, because if one person does something you don't like and then their kid runs, they have to get lumped together automatically. This is just more of the continued APAC bootlicking that I keep having to see day after day, week after week, year after year. And it's gotten to a point where if they're going to be able to silence people by calling them stupid words that mean nothing anymore, just because they have a rebuke of a particular policy or event having to do with the Israeli government's actions, there's something seriously wrong. And like the fact that you have all these different Republicans and Trump supporters who they're perfectly fine with this. Like in their heads, they've actually convinced themselves that Ilhan is exactly what this this elder idiot described her as, the anti-Semitic socialist. Like the whole point of being of democratic socialism, as it's been described by all of these different members, is having equality in terms of the classes and ethnic groups. So like to be called bigoted at the same time. It's just that, like, that's why it's insane. It's weird. But people are dumb enough to keep bootlick unknowingly bootlicking for a foreign government. So into the toilet we go.